Hello. This video is what I think about the ego. Now, as far as what I understand, the ego, my point of view is ego is that part of us which makes us feel, gives us our individual identity, makes us feel separate from everything else. And I think, so I guess Western societies are more egotistical than Eastern societies. Western societies, people would strive by me getting ahead, competition between individuals. At the end, one guy arrives on top, which I guess has its place for a long time. If you want to, it's like the capitalism is at its best. Survival, if it is, making people strong and work hard and everything. And I guess, I said it was mainly like Western because I think maybe in Eastern, or maybe South, India or something, people are more not as so interested in getting themselves ahead. I remember somebody did an astral travel and they looked at monks and they could see their faces, and they looked at like Rinpoches and they didn't see their faces. Like that's how they were all kind of melted together. Anyway, I got sidetracked. But I think today we're kind of like in the world where the ego is dissolving. I think the ego, having too strong of an ego, having the ego too strongly in yourself is a negative thing, bad, because it's kind of like fear. I think we're taught since from young age in schools, especially, and from our teachers and parents and stuff, to be afraid and have an ego. I guess teachers like to try to humiliate you. This kid here used a pencil when I told everybody to use a pen. Look at him. Whoa, sorry, I wasn't listening. That kind of thing. You stand in the wall and look at the wall because you didn't listen to me. Bad kid. And it kind of, I don't know, that fear is like, I think maybe one reason why a lot of people aren't uploading videos to YouTube. I sure wish a lot more people would. Because a lot of people upload videos to YouTube, but as far as like talking about like all the issues, you don't get a whole lot of people talking about all the issues, Like I'd like to be able to type an issue and then see like hundreds of people talk about that one issue. Then you could just like spend all day, you can make a playlist out of it and then download it and spend all day listening to everybody's idea about an issue. And get all the different viewpoints on it. But I think maybe one reason people don't do that, because this really isn't time consuming, is fear. Because ego. People have egos. They feel like if you upload a video and then you get attacked by somebody, they feel like they're getting attacked because you're like separate. Because you have your ego, you feel separate from everybody else. And I think, I've smoked so much weed in my life that I think my ego is pretty much dissolved. Like, I've blasted my aura way out into the cosmos so many times, so far out, that I'm just kind of like eternally connected to everything. And so if somebody attacks me on YouTube, I know that they're not attacking me. I'm not feeling wounded or anything. They're just attacking that idea that I have, that I share with so many other people. So they're just attacking that idea that I happen to have. But it's cool. It's like two ideas, but then I get to be the representative on the behalf of all of my compatriots to defend that idea. So I guess dissolving of the ego is kind of like recognizing that you're not alone in what you believe. You're part of something bigger. And so that whole feeling of like embarrassment, it doesn't make any sense to be embarrassed, because then what are you going to do? Be embarrassed on behalf of everybody? How can you be embarrassed as a country? A country doesn't be embarrassed, an individual does, and an individual only is because they think they're separate from everybody else. So yeah, so I think ego basically is a bad thing. It makes you feel that you're not connected, and so yeah, and like I got this weird comment on a video I uploaded just a couple days ago, where all I was doing was talking about the insides of a spaceship, and I never thought anybody would just talk about that. But somebody writes and goes, well, "Who the hell do you think you are? What are you doing? Uploading a video? This is totally unnecessary. You should just let Bob Lazar talk about it and shut the fuck up." It's like, maybe that person, I guess, and I knew I was gonna eventually get a comment like that. I've been expecting it since I've been doing videos. It's been like a year, and I never got it. And then I got it like a couple days ago, and I knew somebody would write going, "Who do you think you are talking? Like, do you think you're some kind of like super sage or something?" And it's like, that's not. I think people, and this wasn't an American, by the way, a Spaniard, but like, yeah, people. I think that may be one reason people are afraid to upload videos, is because they think other people will think that they're some kind of spiritual master or something. And number one, people should upload videos. Everybody should upload videos. And if you upload a video, it's not because you think that you're special, better than everybody else. I mean, obviously, if you're the only one doing it, or one of the only ones doing it, or in the minority, then obviously, in some level, you are. But I mean, as far as like you thinking that you're like special, and then being like upset by that, that means you have an ego. So I'm glad that I got that comment, because I've been wanting to respond to something like that. But anyways, maybe people just don't upload videos because they're afraid of getting reacted like that, or maybe this person maybe was thinking that because they wish that they could do that, then they don't want to be accused of trying to think that they're different or something. Or they think that like there's different levels of people. Like there's the certain teacher type people who are way up here and they're untouchable, and then there's this like glass ceiling, and then there's all the normal people down here who can never go up here. So then the people up here only are allowed to talk ever. It's kind of like how normal people weren't allowed to even read the Bible until a few hundred years ago. Like if you tried to transcribe your own Bible, that was illegal. You'd have to get like your own like permit to do that. And then they make the printing press, and then the Bible. Everybody has a Bible, but then for hundreds of years after that, only certain people are allowed to interpret it, up until today. And you go to these churches, fundamentalist Christian churches, and they tell you what the Bible says, even though you know how to read and you can read it. And so they don't understand the concept of you talking about the meaning of the Bible with them. What you need to do is go through like the course where they teach you all the lessons, and you go, and if you go, yeah, but, they go, So, anyways, I think that's basically, the social stratification and stuff. Thinking that there's this level of person and then this level of person and they're not connected, that's ego. That's thinking that it's separate. When we're all just the same. We're all people. If you look at the best like spiritual teachers on the internet today, they're humble, normal people. They talk about the examples of, they have everyday problems like anybody else, Anyways, I'm out of time. That's like another video though. Maybe I should do that video now. So anyways, this is the age to get rid of the ego. And I think there's techniques to get rid of your ego and to help other people get rid of their ego, and that's just to act like a child, just be goofy and silly and let your heart take over and just make you bounce off the walls if that's what you want to feel like doing. But that's another video.